Hello. Welcome back to Adventures Archive, where a bunch of friends play D&D.
You know, Alex rolled before the beginning of the session and went, "Is this a good session?" Rolled, it was an 18.
We are picking up kind of a part 2-ish episodes. Episode 5, it'll go down as episode 6. I'm wearing a shirt tonight saying it's brutal out here.
We all wore the same clothes, even though it is a different day.
Correct.
Let's hop right in. Coming off the last session, our heroes entered into combat with Lady Clearheart. As she lunged at them, they tripped. Some fell. Some tongue punched. Sometimes things don't go the way you're expecting.
That's life.
That is life. But fortunately for our heroes, Lady Clearheart isn't a malicious, conniving killer and doesn't necessarily want to hurt anybody.
A little late for that.
As we gather, if you will, a lot of you were having your own dreams. For those of you who may have never dreamed before. Some of you might have been enjoying moments with Mother over the sand dunes. Others meeting back up with a wife, a late wife, and a father. Some literally talking to themselves as they enter into the void. As all of you almost simultaneously, in a breath, you all feel a nice little soft purple cushion underneath your butt individually.
Under our fannies.
A nice little cushion on the back of your seat as you guys are all, your arms on the rest. Perfect. Looking up, begin to come back to consciousness. As you look up, you see her moonlight-looking ceiling depicts stars above. At this point, out the window behind her, it is nighttime as you look over Myth Hollow in the town. It's quiet. Not many torches lit tonight. As does follow a night of mourning, the fish fry is inside the bar. As you feel the rug underneath the carpet in here, once again on your feet, she's sitting on a comfortable two-person couch as she's just kind of leaning forward in a crisscross formation still. Flanking her this time are two of familiar black-robed, blue-skinned people as they kind of drop their hoods, and they're young ladies of this race, maybe 16, 17, just kind of sitting here. You would presume servants. Both their eyes have a white and yellow pattern. The right being yellow, the left being white, vice versa on the other. So these two beautiful young ladies flank Lady Clearheart. She kind of just sits and leans forward and just... She makes eye contact with each of you individually.
Why? What kind of a test was that?
Are we, really here right now? I can feel myself, but are we here?
Do you know what it's like to have to die twice?
Oh, honey, you weren't dead. You were just in between.
But,
It's
wait,
That's kind of how I exist, is in between. I don't know if you know that.
can I go back?
So where?
I guess in between. Mom was there.
Oh, it's a temporary space. If I don't pull you out within time, you'll stay there forever.
Well, then put me back.
She looks at you puzzled. I can't do that, I'm sorry. I wouldn't wish that upon anybody, not by my hand.
I'm sorry, Rothgar.
No. It's... It's okay. I hardly knew her, so it doesn't even matter, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I'll forget about it. That's just what you do. You forget about it, so...
Sorry, I can't really control what you see as you go. In between is a place that only some of us have power to go and bring others to. Apologize for scaring anyone. I was more or less trying to see if you were worthy of the task ahead. And I hate to break it to you, but you just missed the mark.
Talia's mad. She looks over at her and she goes, "You had no right to do that to any of us."
Golian said you guys were the best he'd seen in a while at dealing with demons and things, and so I told him to bring you up to me. I'd give you a crack to see if you were good enough, but I'm afraid these rumors and seem to fly over your head a little bit.
No. You don't put us through that for nothing.
If I were to send you out there, the same would come of you, but for real.
It's gonna come eventually, so why not maybe do some good with it? Huh? Maybe we can spare the next group of misfits, or whatever the hell you want to call us, from going through that again. So give it to us. We can take it, obviously. We made it here.
As a little tear kind of hits the horizon of the left side of her eye. What'd say the rest of you?
I'm with Rothgar.
I think he makes a pretty valuable point. I mean, we're already here. You put us through your test. Why go through that with a whole new group?
And if we fail, then you're gonna do it anyway. We did not go through that for nothing.
I don't agree. It was a test, no matter what. And yes, the things in the consequences of that were, and I look over at her, not right whatsoever. However, it was still a test.
You just gonna give up like that? You used to failing that easily?
I'm not used to failing, and I'm not saying we give up.
Well, that's
But
exactly what
obviously,
you're saying right now. I don't understand.
We're
I
not-
don't think me and you are on the same page here.
We're not ready yet. Yet. We're not dead as we thought we were. But if through that battle we could not succeed, what lies ahead of us? We need to go more.
What lies ahead of us anyway? What lies ahead of us anyway?
It depends. If you want to relive that sequence, if you want to watch your
If I'm gonna relive it again, I want it to stay!
There's a window right there. If you really want it to stay, take it.
No, I'm not like a cruel little man like you are. I'm not gonna self-deprecate myself by jumping out of a window. I'm gonna go out fighting.
Then I recommend you become your strongest.
And I recommend you become your strongest too. But my friend, it's not strength you need, it's courage.
Listen, this quest is not, we are not ready for. We aren't. Did we kill her? Did we succeed this test whatsoever?
She kind of speaks up. We're really close.
We were, but were we there?
Horseshoes and hand grenades.
By Christ standards, I mean, you know.
If you get a 59 on a test,
Yeah.
it's
You
a
round
failure.
You round up to a 60.
By doing what? By doing what?
It's called a bell curve. Do you ever go to
Oh,
school?
a bell curve.
Listen.
Did you?
I'm not here for you guys to debate your school
Hear me out.
upbringings.
No, let me. No.
I-
If I will, just one more thing, and then I will stop talking. In this test, maybe, hopefully, you haven't given it to anyone else, but has anyone used just the raw tenacity, the talent, everything they have within them to succeed, even if they didn't? We may have failed, but by golly, we went down trying. I think that counts for something. You can have someone waltz in here and just half-ass it. But at least myself, and for some of the people in this group, we don't half-ass stuff. We don't leave each other behind. I think that counts for something. So take that as you will. I will respectfully be quiet now.
To answer your question, I haven't seen it in 30 years. But if you all agree,
I don't.
it's still yours.
What happens if we don't?
You go on your way.
No, not us. What happens to whatever we're supposed to do?
Mordecai sent me a raven saying that you guys might have been coming out this way to investigate the pilgrimage. Unfortunately, as a lady of the realm, they see me as pure. There'd be no need for me to go to the top, nor my servants, nor anyone in my house. As you kind of watch her move her right hand, the door locks and the curtains behind shut. What I'm about to say could get me in some really big trouble. She kind of looks down, kind of just looks around as she begins to grow nervous. The church is up to something. My innocent townsfolk keep coming back not the same. Changed, possessed, dead to an accident. There's too many each pilgrimage, and
They're coming. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I've sent word to the kingdom, the capital, about it, and not even King Matthias bats an eye. As if this is church ordained, and I keep sending people up there, and people keep disappearing. Your question?
I was just curious. You're saying that people are going up to the top of the Mount Apollo and coming back
Yeah.
possessed.
Goling told me you guys two of you dealt with a demon a few weeks ago. She went on the pilgrimage. Came back. Found her like that in the woods.
Sarah.
And they wrote it off as an accident. Listen, I don't feel safe sending 6 people off to the death. No offense. If you can't handle me, I'm no prowess of my own, and whatever could be up there could be dangerous. I have to give you that warning. But I worry because the crown sent a royal knight in, one of the elite, to go on this pilgrimage, and there'd be no reason for him to need to go. he's holy in and of himself. I mean,
He already went, or he's on it right now?
he's going on the one
On Sunday?
on Sunday. Royal Knight Tullus, one of the generals of the army. I don't know why they'd send him or why he'd be going on the pilgrimage. And then 3 innocent families. I don't know if it has to do with, one thing with the other, or if he just needs a reason to leave the capital, but I don't like it. I don't feel comfortable sending my townspeople up there alone. And so I figured, of course, apologies. Brash of me to take you guys in between and test you. I just wanted to see if you'd be able to really protect the innocents going up there. I'm sorry that it affected you like that.
So if we don't go, innocent people keep dying. If we do go, we might die. For real.
I can't say for sure. But I'm not trying to send anybody off to their death. I just thought from his letter you guys were more...
I'll go. I'm not gonna stand here while innocent people die.
I'm going regardless. That's what I was supposed to do in the first place, before we met Mordecai.
She kind of cocks her head at you.
I don't say anything to you. I'm just looking right back at you.
Sass.
I would still like to go as well. I can't sit around knowing that there are innocent people just dying, disappearing, possibly getting possessed. I would like to see it till the end.
I'm sorry, but some of us have lost our power, and if we weren't ready for this, are we really ready to help these people?
I'm in agreement with Zindra.
We have to at least try, though.
But do we not do a disservice to these innocent people if we fail now?
Do we not do a disservice if we don't try? If we don't get them, we're just gonna sending them off to the death.
There's sense in knowing your limitations.
Innocent people die every day. You witnessed one, did you not?
Yeah, and you don't feel bad. You don't feel like if you could have stopped that, you would have.
Did you stop it?
I sure as hell wish I tried.
But you didn't.
No, and I'm not making that mistake again.
And if we all go on this and we die on this pilgrimage, no one else is there to stop future pilgrimages. But if we are able to grow and learn to work together, can we not stop it further down the line? And sure, we might not save these people, but if we at least succeed in the end, we might save more.
If you die for real right now, from whatever we're doing up there, you save 0 people. If you become stronger to the point you are ready, and we do other things to save other people, but not on this large scale, you save many, many more people. Don't you think?
Are we truly ever gonna be ready, though?
I don't think it's fair to pick and choose who you save like that. I don't think it's fair to say that, to just keep pushing it off. Like, I could always be stronger. I'm not a strong person. There's much room to grow. You might as well try. I mean, I'm not gonna just sit while other people are being harmed that I know I could possibly stop.
But we know of several places where there are people being harmed. And
Great, we're here now. So I'm going. I've made up my mind. I'm sorry.
If it's any comfort, unless any of you have anything else to say to each other, I mean, you are a hair off. You're one. No pun intended. Genuinely this time. I mean, genuinely, you guys put up a good fight. She kind of smiles. And there'll be other people going with you on the pilgrimage, not adventurers, but other innocents that could fight with you. So if it was between just being a hair off, all you gotta do is find another bunny. She kind of smiles.
It's an offensive stigmatism.
I apologize.
When's the pilgrimage again?
Sunday.
How many days is that off?
You'll have tomorrow to prepare, and then they leave early at dawn.
If the group decides to do this, we must be more ready than we were with this. We were thrown off guard for this. If we are to be thrown into combat automatically, we need to be ready with something. Whether it be teamwork, whether it be things at the ready. I've lost someone once, and I really don't want to go through that again. I see you guys as family at this point. We've grown together, we've gone through things. You guys are starting to become family to some degree. Sure, we're not the closest right now, but I would rather not watch what we just saw back there unfold again. And I think we're all on the same page at that point. Correct?
Talia's kind of not there anymore. She's thinking back to what happened, and all she's thinking about is that voice she heard. She's wondering if Mother got her note or not.
To anybody? If we are doing this, we are preparing more. We only have 1 day to prepare.
That's
we
fine.
can't have it be just resting and sleeping.
If there's any specific items you need, I can see if I can fetch them for you. We don't have like the world's greatest magical shop around these parts, but
well, I mean,
If we're doing
magic's
this,
outlawed, so I assume you don't have any magic shop.
she kind of winks at you. The black market's a fun place, but as a lady, I have been allowed to use magic, but I do not judge those who do. I pay King Matthias very handsomely to keep his nose, and the church's nose for the most part, outside of the doings in this town. Rebel Lovecraft came a few months ago, and he's kind of trying to stick his nose back in it, which makes me think they are on to me to some degree.
it sounds like with this pilgrimage, there's more information too. Is there? Or is it just simply...
Roll an insight check. Yeah. Are looking to beat a 6.
6.
Meets it, beats it, or beats it? Okay.
You can tell there's something she's not wanting to give freely.
I'm going and ordering new dice.
If there's something that you're holding back from us, I really am not going on this thing. If we are to go on this journey, this quest, we need to know everything.
I think that's one thing that we agree on.
Roll me a persuasion with advantage. You can add his persuasion modifier to it.
Not mine.
Persuasion +4.
Plus 4?
Sorry, I
I'll
was
definitely use that. Do I
Fellas.
use mine too?
Is it con?
I saw that. It
Well,
was
It
terrible.
was like a 17 that I fell over to a 4.
13.
13. Is that what
Sorry,
the plus 4?
that's what the plus 4.
And then what's your plus?
Minus 1. 13.
Who wasted all those 20s earlier? Is that you?
She kind of looks around the room and just. Okay. Keep it quiet. If I hear it gets out, I will have. I apologize, but I'll have no option but to do what I did for real to you guys.
More than fair.
And that's not a threat, that's a loving nudge. She kind of smiles. I don't know how to say it. There's supposedly a crystal at the bottom of the mountain.
Talia breathes in real quick, but doesn't say anything.
What's the significance of that?
So, like history update on the world. 35 years ago, there were some powerful guys locked in crystals, and they were put away, and they're big old souls. You know, the people who got like they had big muscle, then they went to super big muscle.
Yeah.
You know,
Over 9,000.
you know, over 9,000. Yeah, exactly.
Not the Aboletherium feather quartz.
No, not that. That's rare
That's not
though.
it.
That's west if you're looking for it. But
Immediately grabs his journal, writes it down.
So there's arcanium crystals.
it's not just a crystal. Sure, under the mountains, it's rumored to be mined. There's been talk going around the lords and ladies of the realm that there's one with a soul down there. Granted, it'd be super intense of a ritual to, you know, go through, if you recovered this, to get whatever soul it is out of it, if that's even what they want to do. They probably just want to use it for power somehow. But personally, I feel as if it'd be best not in the hands of the crown or the church. She kind of smiles. I don't know what they're doing with it. Personally, I haven't gotten word on a lot of the church's things. They've been moving me out, but I feel like big bad magic item in some people who aren't doing such good things' hands. And that's just my hunch as to why the Royal Knight's going, so he can go down and retrieve it. Probably, you know, the pilgrimage is going to go up the mountain. He's going to enter into the hollows and go down, get the crystal, and then just kind of book it. I mean...
So, we need to watch this, dude.
Heading up the mountain, from what I've been told, it's a 2-night thing, right? You get through the swamps the first morning up to the mid part of the mountain, you rest. There's a little campground. They typically sing their praises and their worships to the gods, and, you know, they kind of begin, like, you know, cleansing, if you will. Like, you sit in a circle, talk about things close and emotional to your heart. You know, you let out all the sins you might have committed, magic that you've done, you know, wrong things that you did, slander against the gods. You know, you kind of begin to cleanse yourself before you head up to the top. And I'm thinking that that's when, that night, the Royal Knight might slip away and go investigate down low.
Well, luckily for us, not everyone here needs sleep. That might be to our advantage.
I think it would.
Why do we not just go under the mountain now before the Royal Knight?
Well, I hate to break it to you. There's a reason Golian knew you guys were coming into town. There was an incident in Rockshield with an escaped fugitive. And a centipede.
What are they talking about?
Oh, yeah, that's awkward.
I don't.
Never seen a centipede.
I'm not even too sure what the word fugitive means.
That's alright. Listen, you do this. In return, I'll clear your name. I'll figure something out, some excuse. Say you're working for me, something like that. They won't be following you or keeping tabs on you.
Do also clear the centipede's name.
I don't know if centipedes have names.
This one
Personally, they're looking into, you know, I said an elk was running through town, so they're trying to figure out some kind of druid was there. Don't know who that would be, but I just wouldn't turn into animals around anybody. Personally, I think you're safe, but you know, just don't be shifting in front of people who.
did. What? Yeah. I guess that's good. Good advice.
I could clear your name. Listen, and anything else you guys would need, I'll get you ready for the journey. I know Mordecai is already paying you for your adventures and stuff, and so maybe call him, see if he wants to come help. I don't know. I'm gonna let you know it's not common that you'll find lords or ladies this accepting, but I've seen what the church did to my younger sister. I don't want to see that happen to another one of my family.
I'm starting to not like the church more and more. No offense, my friend, but they don't seem like too kind people to everyone. Just choice people.
Talia is still very wrapped up in a whole conversation in her head. It doesn't really have much to do with what is being said. And she looks at the lady and she goes, "Is the Royal Knight already in town?"
He's a busy guy. I assume he has a stop on the way, maybe tomorrow night.
Tomorrow.
Morning of. His name's Tullus. He's one of Rickton Vale's best. I mean, I understand I'm asking you all to potentially kill Royal Knight, steal a crystal, and save people. And if I could do more, I really would. But my hands are kind of tied, and I'm one of the only lords and ladies who don't necessarily fully support the Church of Arcanos. And I want to say, this isn't me personally speaking out against the Church. I know there's some good people who do a lot of good things under that banner. But it just seems lately there's a few more pastors going the manacle route versus the true route of why I really think the Church was formed, out of fear. King Matthias was scared. Rickton Vale brought this idea forward, and boom, you know, don't use magic, volcanoes don't explode, right? You know, doesn't seem like the most crazy thing.
Well, I mean, it sounds like one of us is already a fugitive, so...
Yeah. I could stop them though. If you guys do want to leave town and you don't want to do it, I understand. There's more people out there, like you were saying, that you could save, and more things that you could be wrapped up with, and there's not much I can offer you outside of assistance. I'm sorry if this isn't your thing. I can try and find other people.
Talia's ready to leave. She stands up. "I'm going up Mount Apollo. Whether you're welcome with me or not."
Right now? Or?
No, not right now. I'm going on the pilgrimage.
Oh.
Are you fine with at least preparing?
It's fine. I'm not sure what kind of preparations I would need, but
Speaking of preparing, you said you had access to like the black market.
Yeah, I mean, if there's a specific thing you guys need, I can see if I can get my hands on it.
You got any? Think you can get your hands on like any type of health potions of any kind?
Sure, that's
It
not
might
too
not
far out of my ass.
Be a bad idea for each of us to have a stock.
I'm thinking maybe at least like 4 person. But you know,
I'll see what I can do. My reach only goes so far. She kind of winks at you and...
Frogs, any other amphibious creatures.
Yeah,
He just needs some more friends.
Your people, they, your friends, they had silver weapons.
Yeah.
Is that something you may be able to do for me? Silver my weapon?
Yeah, I could... You're probably wondering, never seen somebody like me. We come from drow descendants beneath Clear Meadow. Deep within the tunnels of Mount Apollo live a drow nation, and they refer to us as Luxlock. Blue-skinned, you know. There's only a handful of us, and our specialty, what we were taught by our ancestors, is the silver weapon. If you'd like, I can take your weapon. I'd be more than happy to do so. I don't necessarily think you're going to run into any vampires or werewolves up there, but, you know.
You never know.
She hands it off to the person to her right. She kind of takes it.
How late does this black market open, per se?
Well, I'm going to get in contact and see if somebody can overnight something to me. There's nothing here necessarily, but anything you can ask for, I can see if I can get my hands on.
Even though myself and Powder seem to disagree, the rest of you seem stalwart on advancing up this mountain. If we are to accomplish this, we need to have a plan already of where we are going next, because obviously we will be making enemies of ourselves here, and I don't know if the rest of you are used to living on the run, but we should probably plan where we're moving next.
To be honest, I can get his name cleared and nobody has to know you were here necessarily.
Somebody always knows something.
Yeah, but that's only if, like, you were traveling royalty or something like that. I mean, you guys are just people. None of you are wanted by these high-up governments or, like, have these elusive pasts. I mean, I respect it that, you know, you guys do have a little bit of name. You know, they said some adventurers marched into Mordecai's house and caused some trouble out in Rockshield. I mean, they were more offended that he was working with a magical centipede, to be fair, than anything. I mean...
Nonetheless, where would we like to go next? Just so we know and have a plan in motion. Are we just traveling further west?
How does Wild Tide sound?
I'd like to go somewhere I'm not prosecuted.
Wild Tide does not sound like a bad idea.
Where in Wild Tide would you like
It
to?
sounds like Takashi has a...
We can go. I heard of a man named Jace. Let's see if we can go find him.
Yeah, I mean, Jace is good people. I met him years ago. Take care of you. Also, once you get right across that border, Clear Meadow has no jurisdiction right into Wild Tide lands. You know, you guys could literally stand on their land and cast a spell in front of a guard right over the border, and they couldn't do anything about it legally. And I mean, to be fair, if you guys can capture any evidence on this pilgrimage of what happened against Pastor Rebel, against the church, maybe you could start turning some eyes towards it. Feathering some brows, if you will, towards what the church is actually doing. I think that that'd be the most valuable thing out of it all.
I say we do it. All in favor?
I'm still not in favor, but
If I may, I'm going to write you a list of different explosives that I might need for the journey.
Sure.
Can you procure these?
I'll do my best, I promise. Like I said, I only got a night to do so, but I'll get a pigeon out right away.
can you deliver? I mean, I might be able to help you if you can help me.
What do you need help with?
If you can deliver, or at least get a letter out for me, I might be able to help with the black market dealings.
Sure. I only got 2 crows. They both talk. Ricky and Bobby. You kind of watch a crow fly up to the windowsill. What's up, guys? As this crow opens its beak and kind of just She kind of goes over to Ricky and pets his head. I need you to go fly away. Kind of whispers a few things to him. He just kind of, Roger that. Bobby comes up shortly after. What you need, boss? This one. Yeah, what can I do for you?
Can you deliver a letter for me?
Yeah. What's it read? I don't carry anything in my talons. I could get shot out of the sky for treason. Be careful.
I'm gonna whisper to the bird because I don't want other people to hear.
He doesn't let me text.
I'm going to tear the page out of the explosives that I want and hand it to the lady.
Oh my god, go catch Ricky. Hands it to Bobby as you get done.
I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna be like, wait, I'm gonna sign off on it. Hawk. Or, not Hawk. Yeah. What did I use last?
Crow.
It's Hawk.
I did.
Or sorry,
use-
Hawk. My bad.
Yeah. Sign off Hawk on it.
Perfect. Left talon takes one. I'll go get him, master.
I'm gonna look at him as the crow leaves him saying, he said he didn't carry stuff in his talons. Are you kidding me?
My character's gonna pull out of his backpack the gold and just hand it.
This might persuade some people. How much is it?
The amount shall be
2 more.
4 gold.
It's far more than they had previously.
106.
It looks like gold, but it's actually silver.
197.
What? You're giving all your
Huh.
Every piece of it
Mm-hmm.
was all my gold too.
I thought that all melted.
You better
Takes
go
it.
out of potions.
Appreciate it.
Maybe some greater healing potions.
I'm
Great.
not as nice and outgoing as Mordecai in the sense of I don't think it's wise for me to let you guys stay the night here. They don't even know you guys are here. I'm sure Golian can try and get you a room at the tavern, but
I've slept
That's
in
what the
plenty
plan
bushes.
was.
Slept in plenty bushes.
If I may, I know you saw me as paranoid. However, with this thing with the church, I highly don't recommend we stay at the same inn that they recommended.
Is there any other place except for the Sinkfoot?
I'll be honest, in
You can just
town,
stay
there's
out
the
of town.
Sinkfoot. You could. There's a man. Name's William Timberfell. Lives down the road. He typically took some drow a few years ago when it came wandering up from the caves, and it's a good health. I mean,
Do you have any, like, tarp? We can just go, camp out in the woods.
you want to go camp out in the swamp?
I
I
will
would
definitely not
not.
be doing
I
that.
would not suggest camping
I
in the
think
swamps.
we will be fine.
I'm gonna be fine.
Yes, some scary stuff.
Sinkfoot Tavern, I think, is gonna
Is
be
going to
safe
be
for
fine.
you, but William's gonna be your best covert option. Kind of smiles. I'll send Golian by in the early morning. I know they get up early at dawn to go, so it'll be before dawn, probably late night. Golian by with whatever he can procure for your guys' travel from black market and such. Again, apologize for any emotional damage I might have caused. I'm not here to, send you guys to death and back on purpose. It's just there and the in-between, just in case you guys do die.
Everybody has their time. I mean, I'm sure all of us have shared in other people's.
Pleasure. You guys are good people. Not many like you exist.
And you wanted to get a new group.
Our friends. Yeah, sorry.
Where would we like to go?
I'm going to the Sinkfoot Tavern. The church already knows we're here. I'm gonna sleep in bed tonight.
I think for
The church knows Rothgar's here.
I think
No, the church knows that we're here too. We went and talked to him.
Pastor Rebel.
Well, yeah.
for the sake of the fellow party, maybe I'll try and go and stay with William and my lonesome, and you guys can go to the sing for.
I'll take him.
I was gonna say I can go with you and I'll keep watch all night. I don't sleep very well, at all.
If you need, you can stay in the tower. Be most protected here.
Why can't I stay in the tower?
Well, because they're gonna see all of you guys leave. They might just miss the sixth person. I can say, yeah, all six of them left.
They're gonna miss the tallest.
I'm not a
largest
fugitive. You can just tell them I stayed here.
mountain.
Florida's
That is a
nice.
harmful
They're warm.
stigmatism for saying he's tall and large
Yeah.
and he's gonna get caught. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's an observation.
The
No.
best things come in big sizes.
Yeah.
What?
The biggest.
What?
Remember the.
Roscoe. Myself or Marrow can go with you, and
I mean,
one
if-
of us
if-
can watch over the other.
If she's offering asylum, I don't know why we would even bother William. That's one less person that knows we're here.
That's valid.
We'll go to the end.
I'll
then.
leave it up
Okay,
to
good
you.
night. I'm done. Talia's fed up.
The five of you leave
She's
for the
sassy.
tavern. I'm assuming.
Just for what is our HP at right now? That is probably important to know. Are we
We're
at
about to
zero?
have a long rest, so it doesn't
Truth.
really matter.
But
Right now, you guys are all
I would just put myself back in what I was in.
beaten,
Yeah.
but
We're fine.
because we
We're
did wake
normal.
up from that trance, I just wanted to be clear on what we are right
We
now.
woke up.
Alive.
we'll talk about that after session.
Mad.
Okay.
Talia's
You
bad.
trying to get in a bar fight?
About a lot of
No.
things.
The five of you head to the tavern.
I have
Many conversation to be had, I'm sure, would be had in the morning after a long travel and a long night. Before we come back to Rothgar and the Spire, anything anybody would like to personally describe that goes on in their room that night? We'll start on the left and go on right.
So Zentra, for the most part, not needing to actually sleep, just doing a somewhat meditative trance. For the most part, for her 4 hours is just thinking of her dove and she just relishes now she has another opportunity, and she's not gonna let down the few people that she's come to finally trust. Her circle is small, but it's incredibly solid. So
Heck yeah.
come back to me.
Takashi's gonna get back to his room and he's gonna take a second to himself and just kind of meditate and try to clear his head. But all that he keeps thinking about is just how his daughter never greeted him at the door.
Deep.
And then
She was out.
shortly go to bed after that.
That's deep talk. Talia gets into her room. She takes off her cloak. It's empty. She's lonely. She doesn't have Lethwin. He still hasn't returned. Rothgar, who's in the spire, she can't talk to him. She doesn't really want to talk to anybody else. She takes a really deep breath, and she almost starts to yell out loud, but doesn't. And she starts to talk to herself. What is he thinking? Why did he send him? I don't know what I'm going to do. He's going to see me. He's going to know who I am. I'm going to know who he is. We're going to have to do it together. And I'm going to have to do something about it. She sits on the edge of the bed and is just almost shaking because she's so angry. But she's angry for a different reason. She's not angry because she's going to see this person or because this person's around. She's angry because she knows she's not being trusted. And she knows that she was given a responsibility to do something, and somebody's coming behind her and telling her that she's going to fail, automatically assuming she's failing. Now she's involved with these other people, these other creatures, and she doesn't want them to get hurt, but she knows that going up Mount Apollo, she's about to have to make a pretty hard decision. And she's not so sure she can make it.
You hear a deep, dark voice reach out to you.
Now of all times.
We'll get them together, don't worry.
Oh my gosh. We are not in this
As
together.
you feel this book radiate from your
We're not in
bag.
this together.
Marrow.
We're not together.
Marrow just stares at the door, silently, just thinking about how he was there alone, and that he's kind of happy he didn't see anybody he knew there.
My character is going to write a note, tear it out of the notebook, leave it on the bed, and attempt to sneak out.
Yo.
Roll stealth check.
Obviously, this is later into the night.
Sure.
So,
You going out the window? It's the second story.
mm-mm.
Okay.
Just gonna walk out the window.
18.
Kind of make your way down through the bar.
No, sorry. Sorry. As I exit the room, there is one other thing I'm going to do.
Yeah.
But I just needed to make sure I got up there stealthy. I'm going to cast Snare on before Zindra's, before Takashi's, and before
Talia.
Talia's room.
Hey, Marrow.
Marrow, I'm not going to, because I only have 3 spell slots, and I know that he stays awake and watches the door.
You're gonna cast snare.
Roll
on
me a
those?
perception check to beat an 18. Mr. I don't sleep.
13.
Anybody else doesn't sleep?
Like I said, I just do a meditative. Is that you're just a trance, right? It's not
I just need to stay motionless.
for 4 hours.
Yeah.
To be
same
fair,
thing.
you would roll a perception check then too.
Yeah, because mine is the same.
Gotta be an 18, not likely.
Are you sure about that? I get a +6 because I'm
Yeah.
proficient in it.
I thought you was +4.
I can
I'm
get
in bed.
another D6
I'm
of
asleep.
stuff.
I'm happy I have 2 pillows.
+4 +4 8. No way I beat.
You sneak down.
What's your sneaky little plan there, friend?
Where are you going?
Guess we'll have to find out next time.
As you sneak
tackle
out,
stick.
you see Gullion with his feet propped up on the table, as he was told to come keep watch and keep an eye on you guys to make sure you didn't leave. He's sound asleep. He's had one too many. As the front door is yours, come back to the spire. You're in a nice room. This is a nice bed with a nice pillow.
So rude.
A nice dresser. If there was such a thing as well long rested, it'd be that. As you kind of hear a knock on your door, Lady Clearheart kind of just comes in and just kind of whispers, "Is everything all right?" She kind of sits on the bedside next to you. Puts a hand on her shoulder. You saw someone, didn't you?
She was so beautiful. More than I ever remembered. And I don't even remember her.
To be fair, I think it's the ones that we see that we don't remember that hurt us the most. Was she happy?
glowing. Her smile from ear to ear. She looked radiant. And she felt like home. And she's gone. And he took her. He took her. He did it.
I know. Does he live?
No. And I'm glad I didn't see him. I don't ever want to see his face again. He took her from me. And if I ever see him again in this world or the next, he will feel the wrath. Believe you me, because he took my beautiful mother away from me and left me to that horrible, horrible place. I'm grateful, don't get me wrong, but growing up in a palace without your parents, I mean,
It's tough.
it's not growing up. It's just surviving until you're old enough to suppress the feelings enough that you don't feel them anymore. So,
She kind of rubs your back a little bit. Comfort you.
I just miss her. And for those few moments, and then between, I felt love like I've never felt before. My heart was overflowing, and now it's dry.
Well, I don't know if this brings you any comfort. I'm sure it doesn't. Nothing can ever replace a loved one that we lost. But it seems like you got a lot of good people around you who can water that dry spot again.
But what if they leave? What if they're taken and it's all over again?
She kind of looks at you. I don't think any of them would be leaving you anytime soon. You guys seem like you're stuck in this together. She kind of pats you on the shoulder and just kind of, if you need to talk, I'll be in my room.
Thank you. Thank you.
She exits.
And Rothgar is gonna sit on the end of the bed and weep.
Her.
Roll for it.
As the Nocturna moonlight.
Acrobatics check.
As Nocturna moonlight so gracefully shines down through windows directly on you as you go to leave.
It's like a spotlight.
We will see what our world, our adventures have in store for us next week. It was beautiful, guys. Power hour, am I right?
It was
Y'all want a TBK again next time?
Same time, same place.
Awesome. Unless anybody has anything,
No.
we appreciate you all for tuning in. Love you all.
Next week's
Thanks,
gonna be real
guys.
exciting.
Good night.
See you guys.
Bye.